Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading doing the nightly market update for Wednesday, September the 28th. And happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope you are doing well and hope you're staying out of the eye of this hurricane. I happen to live on St. Simon's Island and it's coming directly toward us, I think. So, hopefully it won't be too bad. But we shall see. And that as a side note, always think about your trades. I had a couple of trades on Monday and yesterday, and I closed them because they were saying that we're going to probably lose power and it might be out for a couple of days and all that kind of stuff, and internet as well. So I don't want to have a bunch of trades hanging out there that I can't manage. So just always think ahead on things like that. That's the kind of dumb mistakes that I used to do. I wouldn't think about stuff like that, and then I'd get in a trade and I couldn't really manage it, and that kind of thing. So anyway, always think ahead on your trades. But let's get started here. I've got the NASDAQ and the ES and the ticks. We'll move that over for now. You guys know that I like to talk about the ES and the SPX. That's primarily what I trade. But everything relates to that. That's the best representation of the overall market. So today, this is the light gray is the overnight session. So we opened here. This green line is our tree line. I'm going to show you why that's important in a minute. Last night when we closed, yesterday when we closed, we're kind of chopping around. We hit a new low in the overnight session, and then after we opened, we just buy, and we get up to 37.50, 37.51. And I'm looking at this going, is this, this is the start of a buying frenzy or whatever? And I don't think so. Could be short covering. This market is very treacherous or scary at this point, just because we don't know which way it's going to go, and there's really no way to know. So let's look at what I'm talking about here. So this is today. We went up today, and again, let's see, we were up 70 points or 73 or something like that on the S&P. So it's a pretty good move up. But if we go back out here and we drop this back to a 10-day chart, you can see that we had here the big drop that was on the Fed doing the rate hike, boom, and then we just kept going down there. And this area has held. That was last Friday, that's Monday, that's Tuesday, and it held there, it did not hold here. Kind of got through it, and we were on the underside, and then we even went lower here, so it actually did, breach that level. But now we look at this, and I'm looking at this going, well, which way do we go from here? And go out to 20-day chart. Let's get a little, context to it. This is a strong bounce. Is this short covering, or is this people coming in going, I'm buying the low here and this is going to be great and we're going to go up here? I don't think that's going to happen. There's still too many big unknowns and a lot of uncertainty around the market. The Fed keeps saying that they are going to continue to raise rates. We know that slows the housing market down and will ultimately slow the economy down. And I always get a chuckle out of the news that says we're waiting to see if we're in inflation. We're in a recession, and I'm like, we've been in a recession for months now, but nobody wants to admit it. But anyway, that is what it is. But let's take this and look at it even on a further time frame. Now this is a year chart on the ES, and as you can see, there's the all-time high, and that little dotted line right there is the start of the year. Right there, that little line. And basically from the high on the year to the, to the low on the year here. Let me get this out of the way. This has been kind of the, straight down, bounce, 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 etc. Big bounce here, and straight down, bounce, and straight down. And is this turning into a bounce or not? And I think it does. Maybe we get to, if you use the voodoo lines, that white line is a snow line, maybe we get there and fail. Maybe we go up here to this one and fail. Maybe we go all the way to our fire line and fail. And all this is going to be depending on data points that are coming out over the next couple of weeks. Now, we don't have a Fed meeting in October, but there was, continues to be a whole lot of Fed speak, and they're talking about what they're going to do and all that. We have payrolls next Friday, and then we have CPI on the October the 13th. That'll be the that's inflation gauge, and that will be the big one. If it comes in, hot, we're going lower. If it comes in cooler, especially if it's much cooler, then we're going higher. But it's just too tough to tell here. And as other individual names relate to this, like Amazon and Tesla and all the things we like to trade, Apple, etc., Walmart, Costco, whatever, Home Depot. As long as the market, the overall market, is kind of in this downward spiral, there's no reason to try to, go in there and bargain shop, because we could go much lower. Now, look at this, and you can see that, so far, this is the NASDAQ, that level is kind of sort of holding. This is the prior low. This is a June low, and this is today. And it's the same thing with the ES right here. And it's kind of sort of wanting to hold. That's a good sign. But if we take out that low, we've already hit a new low on the year. If we take that out, that's going to be driven by, some kind of market data, economic data. Then, yes, indeed, we're going much lower. Now, I had been saying 3,600 for quite a while is a potential on the downside, and I think that range is probably expanded down to maybe 3,400 or maybe even lower. Again, this can change on a dime as economic data comes in. So just as usual, be nimble, be careful in this market, just because the whipsaws are pretty extreme. And as you can see off this low, we ripped with very little pullback along the way, and that can happen again. And that might be from people, covering shorts. Maybe a lot of funds and managers are thinking that is the low on the year, and they're trying to buy it. And it's too early to tell. I don't think so, but we shall see. So what I'm doing is staying very light, very nimble, trying to keep few positions on. Got a lot of cash waiting for the right time, and we'll play it either way. You have to be, you have to be able to trade on both sides of this market for sure. And don't mind switching from long to short or buy to sell very, 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 very quickly, depending on what the market's telling you it's doing. So if you want to join us in the trading rooms, jump into my trading room, the bias room. We are doing pretty good. We just closed a trade yesterday, and we're up over 30% year to date. So I'm pretty happy with that. And or you can join us in the main room, where myself and a bunch of other traders are in there, really good traders, and we're trading all day long. So if you're not in there, come check it out. And if you are, I will see you in there. So thanks for the time. I appreciate it. And good and safe trading, and good luck to everyone that's in the path of this hurricane as well. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me